Hi, hello, welcome to Stay Tuned channel. Before I start my video, you better subscribe my channel and watch the video fully so you are benefited by it. So today we are going to see NCERT grade 9 Beehive unit 7. The chapter name is Packing, written by Jerome. So today we are going to see the solutions for this lesson. Page number 89, thinking about the text. So first Roman letter, discuss in pairs and answer each question below in a short paragraph about 30 to 40 words. Question number 1. How many characters are there in the narrative? Name them. Don't forget the dog, huh? There are 4 characters in the narrative. The author Jerome, his friends George and Harris, and the dog Montmorency. Question number 2. Why did the narrator, that is Jerome, volunteer to do the packing? The narrator was very proud of his packing skills. He therefore volunteered to do the packing. He believed that he had perfected the art of packing, though the reality turned out to be quite the opposite. Question number 3. How did George and Harris react to this? Did Jerome like their reaction? George and Harris at once accepted the offer made by the narrator. They made themselves comfortable, and one by sitting on the easy chair and the other cocked his legs on the table. Jerome was irritated and annoyed with their reaction. Question number 4. What was Jerome's real intention when he offered to pack? Jerome's real intention was to supervise, instruct, and teach, but not to physically indulge in the job of packing. He thought that he would push them around, try to be assertive, thereby trying to establish his expertise in packing. Question number 5. What did Harry say after the bag was shut and strapped? Why do you think he waited till then to ask? Harris was in the habit of creating a panic after the packing was relatively complete. He waited, therefore, for the bag to be shut and strapped to ask Jerome if he had packed his boots. Question number 6. What horrible idea occurred to Jerome a little later? Jerome had packed the bag, shut it, and strapped it. However, a horrible idea suddenly occurred to him. He was not sure if he had packed his toothbrush. Question number 7. Where did Jerome finally find the toothbrush? Jerome says that he always messes up with the packing of his toothbrush. It is a constant trouble and it makes things miserable for him. After searching repeatedly, the toothbrush was found in one of his boots. Question number 8. Why did Jerome have to reopen the packed bag? Jerome packed the bag after finding his toothbrush, but unfortunately, in the process, he had packed his spectacles in it. He had to reopen the bag to take it out. Question number 9. What did George and Harris offer to pack and why? The narrator had taken up a lot of time in packing and unpacking. It was getting closer to the time of their scheduled departure. So George and Harris offered to pack the food hampers so that they can leave at the right time. Question number 10. While packing the hamper, George and Harris do a number of foolish and funny things. Tick the statements that are true. So there are 10 statements. First one, they started with breaking a cup. True. Second, they also broke a plate. False. Third, they squashed a tomato. True. Fourth, They trod on the butter. True. Fifth, they stepped on a banana. False. Sixth, they put things behind them and couldn't find them. False. Seventh, they stepped on things. True. Eighth, they packed the picture at the bottom and put heavy things on top. False. Ninth one, they upset almost everything. True. 10th, they were very good at packing. Roman letter number 2. What does Jerome say was Montmorency's ambition in life? What do you think of Montmorency and why? Montmorency is the name of their pet dog. Okay, so Montmorency's ambition in his life was to get in the way and be sworn at. He would squirm in everywhere and be a perfect nuisance. Things would be thrown at him when people get annoyed, and it is only then that he feels that his day has not been wasted. He likes to make people stumble over him and feels very satisfied and proud of himself. He did not forget his priorities when George and Harris were packing either. He troubled them in every possible way. According to me, Montmorency is a cute little pet who is very lively and playful. His intention would not be to disturb his friends, but to be a part of the game which they were playing. Roman letter number 3. Discuss in groups and answer the following question in 2 or 3 paragraphs, that is 100 to 150 words. Question number 1. Of the 3, Jerome, George and Harris, who do you think is the best or worst packer? Support your answer with detail from the text. Jerome, George and Harris proved to be failures in packing. Jerome can, however, be considered a little better than the other two, because one could say that his problem was more to do with forgetfulness. He seemed to make blunders because of this, thereby leading to issues while packing too. Despite his claim of being an expert, Jerome was unsure if his toothbrush was packed. To confirm this, he unpacked and forgot his spectacles in the bag. He was therefore not professional and systematic. George and Harris proved to be worse than Jerome. They created a mess. They broke a cup, packed heavy things on top of soft and light things. They left things around and forgot them, stepped on them or sat on them. They were successful in messing up everything they possibly could. The credibility of the 3 boys could be ranging from worst to worst. Question number 2. How did Montmorency contribute to the packing? Montmorency contributed in the packing by creating a ruckus. Ruckus means havoc. He excelled in coming in people's way and loved being cursed. He enjoyed disturbing and liked it when people threw things at him. He experienced great pride in being a perfect nuisance. His day would not be complete if he did not make people stumble over and curse him. Jerome says that Montmorency did not require any encouragement to indulge in mischief. He was instinctively a naughty little dog. As the boys were packing, Montmorency came and plumped himself in the middle of everything. He began to sniff at the food, put his legs into the jam, got into the hamper, and began tossing the lemon around, assuming it to be a rat. Question number 3. Do you find the story funny? What are the humorous elements in it? Pick out at least 3. Think about what happens as well as how it is described. The story does not have elements of humor in it. it is not a funny story as it does nothing to trigger of unstoppable laughter in the reader. It could be considered more as satire, wherein the narrator is making fun of himself and his friends, who, being grown individuals, are not in a position to do a simple job effectively. One could experience humor in the beginning of the lesson when there is a misunderstanding of the author's offer to do the packing. This is followed by packing and unpacking of the bag because of Jerome's forgetfulness. More than feeling humored, I would say that the exercise as exasperating, that is extremely irritating. The efforts of George and Harris too were beyond one's limit of tolerance. It is very upsetting to note that they are not able to pack their food hamper without making a mess of it. The only element in the story that were naturally amusing were the pranks and mischiefs of the little Montmorency, the dog. This is the opinion of the writer. You are free to represent the answer in the way you seem fit. So you can write your own answers or take your willing extracts from the lesson. So I hope that you are benefited by these solutions. So keep watching my channel. Tata.